Now we're back in the main GUI. We've just closed the planar image registration subGUI, and that brings us back into the master directory where we have access to the main GUI again. And here we can just load our current patient. So this is patient number 2. When we load it, it will just refresh all of the results that we've obtained so far for this patient. And now we'll notice that when we go to the select region pop-up menu, we'll have the regions that we've analyzed so far for the left kidney and the tumor. If we select the left kidney from this menu, we'll see some results pop up in the planar data panel. So for the left kidney in data set number 1, this was a planar data set where we used a 50% threshold. We used both views for the conjugate view method for coming up with these estimates of the activity. Now there is no attenuation correction applied for these estimates, so these are not very accurate estimates of the activity, but these are the results of the conjugate view method. Now we did also have a data set number 2, and in data set number 2 this was where we applied a 25% threshold. Our activities are going to be a little different, but as we'll show in a video later on in this series, it doesn't really matter whether we use the 50% threshold or the 25% threshold. When we use the hybrid planar spec technique, our time integrated activity coefficient is going to come out basically the same. That's because we're only using the planar data to get the general shape of the time activity curve, not for accurate activity information, not for quantitative activities. We can select the tumor, and again we have the results from the planar data analysis of the tumor. And at this point we're ready to go ahead and start analyzing the spec data for this patient. So that's to complete our hybrid planar spec processing. We can go into the procedure menu. In the procedure menu, option number 3 now is to process the spec data. So we'll press that menu item and we'll pick up in the next video with instructions how to use the process spec data subGUI.